Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to Nutshelled History. I appreciate your visit. Please make sure to go nuts on those like and subscribe buttons so that you can visit more often. Today, we are going to look at the truth about Cinco de Mayo. As I do this, please know that I am going to do my best with the pronunciations. It is not my strength. Ah, yes, Cinco de Mayo. That glorious day when Americans dust off their sombreros, eat an alarming number of tacos, and confidently shout, "Viva la Mexico!" while mispronouncing jalapeno. But what is Cinco de Mayo actually about? Spoiler alert, it is not Mexican Independence Day. That would be September 16th. But let's rewind and get the real story. The date is May 5, 1862. The place is Puebla, Mexico. The vibe? Tense. France, under Napoleon III, decided to invade Mexico. Why? Well, Mexico owed France money. And when you owe Napoleon money, he sends an army. France also had some grand ideas about expanding its empire in the Americas because apparently Europe was not big enough. At the time, Mexico was politically and economically a mess. The country had just finished a brutal civil war, and the treasury was emptier than a piñata after a kindergarten birthday party. So President Benito Juarez, a sharp and serious man with truly majestic sideburns, told European powers he was suspending debt payments for a while. Britain and Spain got annoyed, but eventually backed off. France, on the other hand, said no, and sent 6,000 troops to invade Mexico. They marched toward Mexico City, confident and fancy, because the French army was one of the most powerful in the world at the time. And then came Puebla. Enter General Ignacio Zaragoza. He led a ragtag group of about 2,000 Mexican soldiers and farmers who were poorly equipped and outnumbered 3-1. It was basically the underdog story of the century. Imagine a neighborhood soccer team taking on Real Madrid using a volleyball and wearing flip-flops. But against all odds, on May 5th, 1862, the Mexican forces defeated the French at the Battle of Puebla. It was not a major strategic victory in the grand scheme of the war, but it was a huge morale booster. It showed that Mexicans could resist one of the most powerful armies in the world, even with limited resources and a lot of determination. So why do people in the United States celebrate it so much? Excellent question. In Mexico, Cinco de Mayo is mostly celebrated in the state of Puebla, with parades, reenactments, and maybe some mariachi music. It is not a national holiday. In the US, however, it became a bigger deal starting in the 20th century, especially in the 1960s during the Chicano. Mexican Americans embraced it as a symbol of cultural pride and resistance against oppression. Then, of course, marketers jumped in. Beer companies realized they could slap a sombrero on a bottle, and the rest is history. Today, Cinco de Mayo in the US is more about tacos, tequila, and pretending to know the lyrics to La Cucaracha. But despite the party vibes, the day has real meaning. It is about resilience. It is about standing your ground against a bigger, better equipped bully and saying, "Not today, baguette boy." It is about celebrating Mexican heritage and the people who have kept that spirit alive on both sides of the border. So this Cinco de Mayo, by all means, enjoy your tacos and margaritas. But maybe also take a moment to raise a glass to General Zaragoza and the brave folks who pulled off one of the most unlikely military upsets in history. And if someone says it's Mexican Independence Day, just smile and say, "Nice try." There you have it, folks. That is the truth about Cinco de Mayo nutshelled. Thanks for stopping by Nutshelled History. Go loco on those like and subscribe buttons for me, and I'll see y'all next time on Nutshelled History.